we've seen excellent programs everywhere. There's lots of good educational programs all around you. I grew up in the same kind of environment too, always seeking out the highest levels of education. Those are readily available, and charter schools and private schools are always offering those ideas and those type of programs. The biggest difference with KIPP, KIPP doesn't only encompass the educational pieces, they really take on a whole different type of environment. They incorporate core values that are embedded from top leadership all the way down to the classroom to the student. They're day in and day out, they are just focused on everything being tied together in a holistic fashion to be able to focus on integrity, courage, perseverance. I mean, it's just an ongoing type of mentality. And anybody can open up a book and study and say, hey, read this and you're going to be, at a higher level, you're going to be certified, you're going to have an extra credit. You can do all those things. But when you embody education with what they're doing here, it just really changes the game.
It's
the game
There's
changer.
a connection. There's something that I mean, we have our other children that have been in the North Side District. They've been in the South Side District. This is the first time we've been in a charter school, but you can tell the difference. As far as even the education part of it, you can tell the difference. As far as a lot of it has to do with the testing that's going on. They focus a lot on that. And that's where it's a little bit of a disappointment because, okay, it's just, you need to work with this, you need to work with this. What part of it are they learning away from the book, away from the test? What are they learning away, from that?
And we've always had the opportunity to seek as the highest education possible for our children. We're always on the lookout for those opportunities, and having a big family aside from our own. Our nephews and nieces were having a great success story at their middle school level with KIPP. Tremendous work ethic. You can see the amount of discipline that was being absorbed by them on a day in and day out basis. They were taking trips. They were actually talking about school on their off time. So it was just very contagious. And so when our little one got old enough to be able to possibly get into a program, because they weren't even talking about an elementary school at the time. So it just kind of all transpired at the same time that it was going to be a dual language program. We've always had the need for having such a good, solid educational program, but at the same token too, have a program that instills a dual language capability. And the way they do it here is just amazing.
And as parents, why is that dual language important to you?
Well, it's an easy one for me. I'm first generation American, so my family does come from Mexico, and we totally understand the value of being able to carry on that bilingual language, in particular Spanish. We both failed with our other children on being able to teach them Spanish. It's real easy to say you can do it, but your normal job takes over, and at home it just makes it very difficult to be a primary educator in a second language. So we needed a program that was going to be different, that wasn't just going to have a class in Spanish, and that just wasn't going to be, okay, here learn the proper grammar
and they all
such.
took Spanish.
Right. Yeah, they all did that. It just conversational did not occur with any of our children, so it was much easier to say, just go ahead and pick your clothes up and put it away, instead of trying to teach them in Spanish. So here is just a very different approach. It's the basis for teaching them Spanish is almost as much effort as teaching them the normal language.
And how do you think that will translate into their future?
Oh, definitely. Job-wise, it's going to go beyond, that. She's going to be able to just communicate so much more with people and understand, and it's just a plus. It's just something that's going to be good for her all around.
I think diversity is a huge component in life and society today. It's going to blow up even more so in the future. That our country and our society needs that change of pace individual. We're a team. Everyone's a component of that team, and to be able to utilize more and more options to be able to diversify whatever you're going to be doing as a society is a huge benefit for everyone. And for our daughter, she's going to be at the forefront when it comes down to being able to provide those opportunities.
Right.
They put the excitement in them.
Yeah.
Being a mom, you can see the difference on the reactions and stuff like that. She's, we just had a daughter that graduated from Clark High School, and she's like, well, I'm not sure what I want to do. And she's in college. They're all in college, but she's not really sure what she's doing. She's a little timid and stuff like that. This is we're going to teach her not to be timid. She's going to be ready to move forward. She's going to have her. She might have her mind made up. She might not, but she's not going to be as she's just going to move a lot faster, I think, because she's already college. She'll be college ready. She'll already have it in her mind frame, way beyond. I mean, now she has it in her mind, and she's excited about it already, and that's another plus. It's something that kids her age don't really.
I totally
about.
get that, and I agree 100%. We have a valedictorian in one of our kids, and our oldest, he's amazing, education-wise. He's gonna be off. He's gonna be a professor in college. He's very successful in the classroom. However, there's a big, giant other component that he never really became very good at, and that's really being open, being able to get out there and connect, and be not timid, be very strong on the presentation style of things. And so, although they're going to be focusing a lot on education here, when she graduates, she's going to be at a point where she's so very confident in what she's able to do, because she's done it day in and day out, and it's totally been encapsulated in their mindset. So when she graduates, she's not going to have any issues. It's just going to on where to go, or be confronted by any kind of negative feelings. She's going to simply make her own decision on who she is and where she wants to be, and that's truly all we want for our kids, and not actually be thrown into a direction, but actually let them figure out what their direction is going to be.